It is going to be difficult for my Republican friends to keep calling President Biden feeble while he continues to take Speaker McCarthy's lunch money in every negotiation.
That was MAGA Republican Matt Gaetz attacking the MAGA Republican Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, and praising President Joe Biden. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. So all eyes were on the House floor earlier today, where Matt Gaetz was expected to give a speech calling for a motion to vacate against Kevin McCarthy, meaning remove Kevin McCarthy as the Speaker of the House. But when Matt Gaetz went up to give that speech, you saw what he just said. He did not introduce a motion to vacate. And then he also said it's becoming increasingly clear who Kevin McCarthy is taking his orders from. Here, play this clip.
What commitments were made to President Biden to continue the spending of President Biden in exchange for doing things for President Biden? It is becoming increasingly clear who the Speaker of the House already works for, and it's not the Republican conference. Mr. Speaker, I would ask that these questions be answered soon, because there may be other votes coming today or later this week that could be implicated by the answers to these questions. Members of the Republican Party might vote differently on a motion to vacate if they heard what the Speaker had to share with us about his secret side deal with Joe Biden on Ukraine. I'll be listening. Stay tuned. And I yield back.
The gentleman yields back. Now, members are reminded to refrain from engaging in personalities towards the president and to direct their remarks to the chair.
But no motion to vacate actually was introduced by Matt Gaetz. So is Matt Gaetz all bark but no bite? It seems that way because over this weekend, Matt Gaetz gave a series of interviews. Here, he mocked Kevin McCarthy and said that Hakeem Jeffries is Kevin McCarthy's boss. Play the clip.
All right, I want you to listen to what Hakeem Jeffries said after the...
Kevin's new boss. Let's hear from him.
And then Matt Gaetz said he was going to introduce a motion to vacate. Play the clip.
To vacate tomorrow?
I do intend to file a motion to vacate against Speaker McCarthy this week. I think we need to rip off the Band-Aid. I think we need to move on with new leadership that can be trustworthy. Look, the one thing everybody has in common is that nobody trusts Kevin McCarthy. He lied to Biden. He lied to House conservatives. He had appropriators marking to a different number altogether. And the reason we were backed up against this shutdown politics is not a bug of the system, it's a feature. Kevin McCarthy's goal was to make multiple contradictory promises, to delay everything, back us up against shutdown politics, and at the end of the day, blow past the spending guardrails he'd agreed.
So one of the questions is Kevin McCarthy making a deal with Democrats to stay in power? He was asked a question in a press conference that he held, and Kevin McCarthy did not answer whether he's cut a deal with the Democrats, but stated, quote, "This is about the institution." Play this clip.
Just to clarify what you said, are you saying that you will not cut a deal with Democrats in order to stay Speaker?
Look, I think this is about the institution. I think it's too important. So anytime that somebody has an ethics complaint and they can't get the way they want about it, they want to roll up and one side's going to come apart with 5 people and decide that. I don't think that's good for the House. I believe Nancy Pelosi, for the last 2 speakers, has always came in and said, this isn't good for the House. You have to correct it. So,
are you going to change the law? If you end up having this motion to vacate, if you win on a motion to vacate, do you think that silences this block of people who held up the floor, frustrated your conference? I mean, do you kind of want to win that vote to prove this point?
Look, I want to win the vote so it can finish the job for the American people. But there are certain people that have done this from the day we've come in. I want to be conservative that shows how to govern.
Kevin McCarthy then went on Fox, where he claimed that MAGA Republican Matt Gaetz was offering Democrats subpoena power if they voted on a motion to vacate to remove Kevin McCarthy. Play the clip.
And then when I had to keep government open, he now wants to make a motion to vacate. But what's really concerning to me now is the reports I've been hearing all week, and now it's being reported in Breitbart. Matt has been going to Democrats and offering subpoena power, which will just just destroy any Biden impeachment inquiry we have if they would vote along with him, because he'd have to get all the Democrats to vote with him to be able to remove the speaker. And I just don't think that's good for the House. I don't think it's good for the country. When my point is, bring it on. Let's get this over, and
And then Kevin McCarthy had all of his other MAGA Republican supporters in Congress all at the exact same time tweet or X or whatever it's called, positive things about him. Here, just take a look at all these MAGA Republicans. David Villado, Anthony D'Esposito, Mike Garcia, Richard Hudson, French Hill, Michelle Steele. Take a look at all these people. Under the leadership of McCarthy, under Speaker McCarthy's leadership, Matt Gaetz is trying to get rid of Speaker McCarthy. Is like rooting for the iceberg when you're on the Titanic. Under Speaker McCarthy's leadership, look at all of these. How embarrassing is that? You know, and one of the other things too is, as MAGA Republicans were going on Fox as part of their, defense of Kevin McCarthy, and also they wanted to attack President Biden. I want to show you here where you have on Fox, just so you see like how out of touch these MAGA Republicans are. You got Maria Bartiromo interviewing MAGA Republican Congressman Garcia, and then shows a clip of President Biden standing up for democracy in Ukraine, and her response is, "Wow, that's really, really scary." He's just saying a factual statement. Here, play this clip.
We're going to get it done. I can't believe those who voted for supporting Ukraine, overwhelming majority in the House and Senate, Democrat and Republican, will, for pure political reasons, let more people die needlessly in Ukraine.
I'll tell you, he is scary sometimes, Congressman. Your thoughts?
And then MAGA Republicans are just in a complete and total disarray. Here was Nancy Mace over the weekend when she was asked by Maria Bartiromo if you've been able to identify like any policy decisions that Joe Biden made that you're claiming he's paid for in this impeachment inquiry. And her response is, no, I haven't had the ability to research that yet. I've been too busy dealing with other things that I didn't do the research on the main defamatory conspiracy we're accusing him of. Here, play the clip.
Have you been able to identify specific policy decisions that Joe Biden made that he was paid for?
I have not had the ability to research that. I've been looking more at the LLCs, the bank records, all of the lies that Joe Biden has told, and what evidence we have so far in meetings, dinners, appointments, White House records, et cetera, phone messages, text messages, emails, et cetera, connecting the dots with Joe Biden.
And this also reminds me when Kevin McCarthy gave an interview over the weekend on Face the Nation, and he tried to blame the Democrats for the shutdown. And fortunately, the interviewer was like, "What are you talking about? Democrats are the reason the continuing resolution passed." Here, play this clip.
Most of it in the press probably thought we would have shut down yesterday too, but no, we did not.
Were you confident we wouldn't shut down?
I was confident I could get something on the floor to make sure the option that we would not.
But
that
you weren't
our
sure
military,
it was going to pass.
Well, I wasn't sure it was going to pass. You want to know why? Because the Democrats tried to do everything they can not to let it pass. They did
Democrats were the ones who voted for this in a larger number than Republicans to keep the continuing resolution alive.
Did you watch the floor yesterday?
Oh, yes.
Okay,
90 Republicans voted against it.
Okay.
And there you have it, folks. One thing also to add, one of the things that Kevin McCarthy's crew and their civil war against Matt Gaetz and the other MAGA Republican crew is doing is they're trying to do a motion to perhaps expel Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz is currently under an ethics investigation by the House of Representatives for drugs, sexual assault, and other egregious misconduct. And one of the things that the Kevin McCarthy faction is trying to do is expel Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz faction thinking about doing a motion to vacate. But as I've said before, these MAGA Republicans all bark, no bite. You have to hold them accountable. They are just engaged in this stochastic terrorism. They try to wear you down. They try to instill fear. But when it comes down to it, whether you're Matt Gaetz or Donald Trump or Lauren Boebert or Marjorie Taylor Greene, these people, all they do is gaslight. But when you actually confront them with things and you hold them accountable, they back down because there's no substance there. And they're very, very, very weak. This is this whole Republican Party. Party. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 2 million subscribers thanks to your support. If you want to support the growth of this independent media network, go to patreon.com/MeidasTouch, patreon.com/MEIDASTOUCH. Have a great day.
Hey Meidas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.